Hello, sweet angels. My name is Amanda, your intuitive guide and faith spiritual girly, and I am here today with another episode of Awaken the Word. I am just so grateful to be here with you guys and to share my love of spirituality, of intuition, and personal development with you guys. And I don't know if I've shared this yet. I know I haven't shared it yet, but um, my whole reason for starting this little episode series is because I was seeking guidance. I was seeking those answers to the questions of who am I? What is my meaning in life? What is my purpose in life? What is the meaning of life? Is Jesus real? Is Christ real? What is this thing called Christ consciousness that people are referring to? And so I went on a quest of self discovery. And I started talking to the angels and getting involved in tarot and oracle. And now I'm being led to kind of go into different spiritual texts and really bring light to how we can embody Christ consciousness and how essentially we can live with love, with peace and joy, and shed this layer of suffering that um, we feel like we have to be in. So I just want to say I'm so honored and grateful to be here. And I don't know if any of these messages resonate, but if they do, then definitely be sure to share, like, and subscribe to my channel. So that way we can continue to build a community based in faith, love, and eternal peace. And that way we can support one another along our journeys as well. So today, I wanted to start off. I pulled a card, and it is the One of Swords, or the Ace of Swords. Here, this little boy has a butterfly and a sword with a crown, and it reminds me of the sword and the stone. And it was this beautiful triumph of faith and belief that was able to pull the sword out of the stone. Um, and then I was given this Bible verse in John, in the book of John, and I'll connect the two in a second. It says, "The Word became flesh. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. Through him all things were made. Without him nothing was made that has been made. In, in him was life, and that life was the light of all mankind." So I just want to pause there because what I feel like the sword represents is clarity. This sword represents that channel that we have within us. The Word became flesh, um, and the word was with God, and I just feel like the Word is our sense of being. It's what weaves together our connection between one another and how we interpret the world and how we perceive the world. The word was God, which means that we are one with God. And when it says the Word became flesh, it means that our spirituality, our spirit, took on a human form in order to grow, to evolve, to help others awaken to the love of Christ consciousness, to remember their sovereignty and who they are as spiritual beings walking this earth in a human form. So I feel like with the card and with the passage that we're talking about today, it's all about asking the question of how can I return to faith and how can I return to my divinity? And I feel like maybe for some of you, it's a very confusing and quite a large question to begin to wrap your head around. I know I was like that as well. Um, like, where do I start? Where do I begin? Like, how do I return? How do I return to God or to whoever you call God? And what I can offer up is asking yourself, what brings you peace? Starting to cultivate this sense of peace, but also this sense of awareness that within you, you have never actually been separated from your source. This sword here is your connection. Your intuition is your umbilical cord to your divinity. So when we can begin to tune into our word, or the language in which our divine nature speaks, which is through our intuition, then we can really tap in to our unlimited um, consciousness. So let me ask you this. In which ways do you feel that you can begin to embrace your intuition and follow your intuitive guidance? Because the more we can come back into our intuition and nurture that umbilical cord, that language of our higher self, then the more we can shift out of this perspective of the ego of suffering and move back into our divinity. Some like to call it moving out of the head and back into the heart. And the heart is actually a projection and illumination of our Christ light. Um, so today I wanted to offer up just a few ways in which you can connect with your intuition and begin living an intuitively guided life, and start, you know, your own journey of discovery into who you are and what life means to you. And my my words today would be to follow your joy, to do what brings you joy in life, and waking up and asking yourself, what is my highest excitement today? And when we follow that trail of joy, when we follow that spark that lights us up, we are actually completely in alignment with our intuitive voice. It's when we're not thinking and when we're just down here and being present that we allow for so much expansion to come in. We are allow for our light to lead us and to guide us. But more importantly, we begin to reconnect and reestablish that relationship with our God consciousness. And the more we can choose to be in that state of consciousness, the more our external world is going to change. Because our external world is a projection of the state of consciousness that we choose to be in. So by following your joy, you're lifting your vibration. Therefore, you're shifting out of that fear-based control of the ego, and you're moving back into a state of love and light. Another way that we can really learn to foster a relationship with our intuitive guidance is by being present. So how can you become more present? Well, we can reduce our technology intake, especially around the morning and the evening times when we're starting to slow down, and that those times are pivotal in terms of subconscious reprogramming. But we can be really present when we wake up with ourselves and ask ourselves how we're feeling today and what we're calling in for ourselves today. And at night, we can offer and extend some gratitude out to our day. And another way we can become really present and aware is by active listening. When someone is speaking to you, we're not thinking about, what we're going to eat for lunch or what we're going to have for dinner, or, I'm running late and I can't talk to you right now. We're not worrying. We're just simply being present to the conversation. That is a great way to continue to foster a relationship with your intuition. The last way that we can offer up is just through the act of meditation, and spending those 5 to 10 minutes just in meditation, asking for your higher self to come in. Those daily moments of meditation, or even of gratitude, if you have a gratitude practice, are going to help anchor you into the present and get you out of your mind that is filling you with that worry and that stress, and bring you back down into your heart. So I just want to recap with the verse today, and it says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. Through him all things were made. Without him nothing was made that has ever been made." What that's saying is everything that's true Everything that is authentic and of the light lies right within here. It's Christ, it's our divinity. And Christ came to teach us how to master our consciousness, how to step out of this projection, this illusion of suffering, and shift back into our heart. So I just want the word to be with you today, and maybe you have a word that's coming to you right now, and allow for that word to show you, to lead you, to guide you today, show you what it wants to show you and how it wants to lead you, knowing that it's coming from the purest of places, it's coming from your Christ light. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to this mini episode of Awaken the Word, a journey into Christ consciousness. And I will see you tomorrow for a new episode.